A statement was made by Shannon Beador regarding her DUI and how she was taken aback when she saw photographs of the incident on her phone. In spite of the fact that she claims she does not recall snapping a photo on the night of her arrest, the actress of Real Housewives of Orange County stated that the contents of the selfie left her feeling completely shaken. The bloody selfie that Shannon Beador took served as a wake-up call. By chance, the Bravo personality, who is now 60 years old, came across a selfie that she had taken on the evening of her DUI arrest in September of 2023. She appeared to be bleeding in the photograph. At last, she had the realization that the accident was quite serious, and she realized how fortunate she was that no one else was wounded. As she said to People, "That was a very traumatic experience for me. I was hurt very seriously, as you can see, and when I looked at it, it almost felt like I was looking at someone who wasn't me. I was feeling like I was looking at someone else. I didn't want to see myself that way, and I didn't want anyone else to see me that way either," the Real Housewives of Orange County star expressed further. "Sincerely, I had the impression that I would never show it to anyone." Shannon Beador, on the other hand, came to the conclusion that she needed to have the photograph shared with someone. It is possible to see her sitting down with her co-star Heather Dubrow and sharing the snapshot with her in a preview for the Real Housewives of Orange County. Shannon was aware that when she sat down to discuss the photo with Heather, it would most likely go viral, but she was willing to take the chance of that happening. She stated, "Taking that was a significant step for me to take. When someone Googles my name, which is definitely going to be for the rest of my life, that is what they will see, my face, covered in blood, from the night that easily marked the lowest point of my whole existence. To be able to speak about anything that took place, however, was something I desired. This is a fresh start," according to the reality show star. The star of Real Housewives made it clear that she was not looking for sympathy and that she did not want anyone to feel sorry for her during this difficult time. However, she stated, "But I believe that when you look at that picture, you think to yourself, 'Oh wow, this was terrible.' In addition, demonstrating it was the only way for anyone to comprehend all of that." Newport Beach was the location where Shannon Beador was taken into custody on September 17, 2023. Before she was taken into custody, she was involved in a collision with a planter box that was attached to a house. According to the results of the blood alcohol test that was performed by the authorities, her blood alcohol level was 0.24, which is 3 times the legal limit. When Shannon was asked about the mishap, she expressed her gratitude that no one was wounded in the incident. The way she feels about herself, on the other hand, is somewhat different. It was then that she remarked, "Oh, I deserved to get hurt. I chose to act in a really foolish manner. I had the potential to get someone killed." In addition to serving 3 years on probation, the Real Housewives of Orange County actress had to complete 9 months of alcohol treatment and 40 hours of community service. Trying to overcome feelings of guilt and shame has been a significant component of her therapy, she explained. "You tell yourself, 'I could have killed someone, but I didn't.' You say this to yourself. As a result, I do not want it to appear that I am taking any of this lightly, because there is not a single day that goes by in which I do not think about it. On the other hand, I did not cause harm to anyone, and I am thankful for that." Shannon Beador believes that the collision and her arrest for driving under the influence of alcohol will mark the beginning of a new phase in her life. When the Real Housewives of Orange County cameras are rolling, the drama doesn't always stop. And no one knows that better than Shannon Beador, the longtime Bravo star, who has never been afraid to share her highs and lows with the public, found herself in the harsh glare of the spotlight last year when her shocking DUI arrest made headlines. Now, months later, the release of graphic, bloody photos from that night has reignited the conversation, and Shannon is finally breaking her silence, offering raw and emotional reflections on the images that show her at one of the lowest points in her life. a night that changed everything. The incident took place in September 2023, when Shannon crashed her car into a Newport Beach residence after reportedly drinking. According to police reports, she attempted to drive away, but abandoned her car in the middle of the street before walking her dog as if nothing had happened. While the story itself made waves, what shocked fans more were the newly surfaced photographs, images showing Shannon bloodied and shaken in the aftermath. The photos, obtained and circulated by media outlets, quickly went viral, sparking a wave of speculation and criticism. Some fans expressed concern, while others questioned how the RHOC star would handle the backlash. Shannon breaks her silence. In a recent sit-down interview for her podcast guest appearance, Shannon finally addressed the release of the disturbing images. Her tone was somber, her voice tinged with regret as she acknowledged the emotional weight of seeing those photos herself. "I've had to relive that night in so many ways, through the press, through the legal system, and now with these pictures," Shannon confessed. "Seeing myself in that state, bloody and broken, it's something I'll never forget. I can't run from it. It's me at my absolute lowest." Her words revealed a mix of shame and accountability. For a woman who has often prided herself on resilience, surviving divorce, public humiliation, and caste feuds, this latest ordeal has proven uniquely painful. The emotional toll. Shannon admitted that looking at the photos made her break down in tears. "I couldn't recognize myself," she said. "It wasn't just the physical injuries, it was the reminder of how far I let myself fall. I've always tried to be strong for my kids, my friends, and even for the viewers. But in that moment, I wasn't strong at all. I was lost." The Bravo star has long spoken openly about her struggles with anxiety, codependency, and alcohol use. In fact, her drinking habits have often been a subject of speculation among castmates on RHOC. During tense arguments, she's been accused of overdoing it, accusations she often brushed off defensively. But now, in light of the DUI photos, Shannon admits the criticism wasn't entirely unfounded. "Sometimes the people around you see things before you're willing to admit them," she reflected. "I used alcohol to numb pain, to quiet my thoughts, but the truth is, it only made everything worse." Public reaction. Fans of RHOC have had mixed reactions to the images. Some expressed empathy, noting that the photos highlight the reality of addiction and poor choices, not just another Housewives scandal. Others criticized Shannon for the danger she posed to others by driving under the influence. One fan tweeted, "Seeing those pictures broke my heart. That could have been so much worse. Glad she's alive, but I hope this is a wake-up call." Meanwhile, another bluntly posted, "She could have killed someone. She needs real accountability, not just sympathy." The divided response mirrors the complicated place Shannon now occupies in the public eye, both a sympathetic figure and a cautionary tale. Facing the consequences. Shannon's DUI arrest ultimately resulted in misdemeanor charges. She has since complied with court-mandated requirements, including community service and alcohol education classes. But for Shannon, the biggest punishment has been facing herself. "It's not just about the legal system," she admitted. "It's about the shame I feel when I look at my kids. They didn't sign up for this. They didn't deserve to see their mother's mugshot on the internet or these bloody photos being splashed everywhere." Her 3 daughters, who have occasionally appeared on RHOC, remain her motivation for lasting change. "I owe it to them to be better, to show them that people can make mistakes, but also learn and grow." Cast reactions. While some of Shannon's castmates have remained tight-lipped, others have publicly commented. Tamra Judge, her on-again off-again friend, said during a podcast appearance, "We all make mistakes, and Shannon's paying the price. My hope is that she takes this as a turning point. I love her, but I also want her to love herself enough to change." Emily Simpson, who has previously clashed with Shannon over her drinking, noted, "It's sad to see, but maybe this is the reality check she needs. I hope she uses it as fuel for growth. The responses, though varied, all point to one theme: accountability and change. A new perspective. Shannon says the photos, while painful to see, have become an unlikely source of motivation. In some strange way, I'm grateful they exist, she shared, because now I can't hide from the truth. I can't sugarcoat it or laugh it off. That's me, blood on my face, making choices that could have ruined lives. If I ever think about slipping back into old habits, all I need to do is look at those pictures. She has reportedly sought counseling and leaned on a close circle of friends for support. Fitness and meditation have also become part of her healing process. It's about taking control again. For so long, I let my emotions control me. Now I'm learning how to manage them in healthier ways. What's next for Shannon Beador? While Bravo cameras continue to roll for RHOC, Shannon knows that her story will inevitably be part of the upcoming season. The question remains, will the public see a woman unraveling or rebuilding? I can't change what happened, she acknowledged, but I can choose how I move forward. I want people to see that I'm not hiding, that I'm willing to face my mistakes and do better. The road ahead won't be easy, but if there's one thing fans know about Shannon Beador, it's that she doesn't back down from a challenge. A warning and a promise. As she closed her candid remarks, Shannon left a message not just for fans, but for anyone who might see themselves in her story. If you're struggling, don't wait until you're bloody in the back of a police car to admit it, she urged. Get help now. Talk to someone. Don't let pride or shame keep you from making changes, because trust me, the cost is too high. Her final words were emotional, but firm. I've been at rock bottom. I don't ever want to go back, and I won't.